Hey, Slash Magic Buckaroos. First time I tried to do a live video in a couple weeks and was having some issues. I don't know what the problem is. Anyways, technology. Anyway, how the heck are you? Yeah, I was on vacation. I did want to do a live video while we were gone. And actually, I did do a live video for a few days before we left either. It's kind of taking a breather. I don't typically drink when I have to work the next day, so I had to stretch right up to vacation. So I wasn't drinking anything, so wasn't doing any videos. But I did a few videos while we were gone, but I didn't do anything live. So that I do a live one here since now that my vacation is coming to an end, and I have a feeling my wife is ready for me to return to work because I keep getting the look. Keep telling her that she's the only thing I have to play with. So it's the only toy I've got left. Anyway, anyway, I digress. But I digress, man. Let me see if let me check on something here. There we go. See if everything's working there. It seems to be. All right. So I poured myself a beer. I'm going to have with you. I didn't bring a lot of beer back this time, honestly. A couple growlers back. Went to mostly small breweries. In fact, I didn't hit that many. Mm, but I did bring back a couple growlers, which I've since drank already. But I brought back a lot of beer last time. I ended up giving away a little over half of it, so I just didn't buy as much this time. I did buy some whiskey, but it was a shorter vacation, so we didn't hit quite as many spots. But I did pick up this one. Unfortunately, the brewery was closed when we went through there, but I did visit or I did find a 6 pack from a liquor store from Point Remove Brewing. It's called Native Lager. Native Lager is more than a beer. It is about roots and heritage. It is about the hint of muscadine grapes that allow only true Southerners can pick out. Well, I don't think you can call me a true Southerner, but I do enjoy this beer. Find it very interesting. It's very crisp, very summer-like. Oh, where is it? Yeah, it's really good. You do feel a little bit of that sweetness, but then it cleans right up. Did pour myself a little whiskey as well. As you can see, use my little Rocktown glass. I picked up a couple Rocktown products while we were there. I did visit the distillery twice while I was there. This one here I really like. I almost wish I'd have bought 2 bottles of it now. It is of course I say that about everything, don't I? I should have bought 2. Yeah, you probably should have, Tom. You keep saying that, but you don't. I was spending enough money. Single barrel Golden Promise straight bourbon whiskey finished in toasted French oak. One's at 110.4. Finished in toasted French oak barrels, single barrel Golden Promise, 82% Arkansas corn, 9% Golden Promise, and 9% distiller's malt. Oh gosh, this stuff is just so good, man. Using my little baby my baby Glencairn. They call it a perfect dram glass. That's about 2 ounces right there. Just about fills it up. Oh, this whiskey is such a nice sipper. But yeah, so I've got today and tomorrow, but I won't drink tomorrow because I'll go back to work Monday. So that I'd have one last hurrah today. Uh, did get out meet a friend yesterday here in town. So I can't usually get out on Fridays because I always work Friday night. So, uh, but well, I'm gonna get out for a little bit. Met at Home Fast here in town, and I ran into Joseph there who works at Old Fast. It was nice to talk to him. Great beer guy. And then we went over to uh, Bruco or Springfield Brewing Company for one because they were doing a fundraiser for Big Brothers Little Sisters here in town. So they had various members of the fire department and police department out there collecting for Big Brothers Big Sisters. So Scotty, my friend, planned on going out there, so I couldn't resist. I said, "I'll go out there with you." It's a good cause. Mm. So easy to drink at that 110. This particular whiskey is. Pick this beer up. I don't want it to get warm. It is hot, man. I like to go outside when I can. It's too hot today. It's about 98 and change here in the Ozarks. And yeah, I just ain't gonna do it. Just decide. I got out a little bit yesterday. We're gonna stay home today. I'm just gonna enjoy my last, the end of my vacation. Relax, have a few at home, watch some TV, crank some music. I had some music playing before I started the video. Didn't want to get a flag, so I turned it off. We bought some produce at farmers market when we were there, but it's just about a week old now, so I really need to get most of it used. So even though it's not necessarily the weather for it, I got a veggie lasagna in the oven. We wanted to use that. I got some zucchini, some yellow squash. I say veggie lasagna. It is, but it's not vegetarian because I'm using some chicken stock to cook it down. Use those no boil noodles so you add a little extra liquid. So if you're doing a traditional lasagna, you would just have more more tomato sauce or thin it down. But here I'm not using the sauce per se, so I have a cooking in some chicken stock. So it's only veggies in the lasagna, but it's not a vegetarian lasagna. My hypocrisy only goes so far. There's got to be some kind of meat in there somewhere, even if it's just the flavor of. I did have some meatballs. I thought about doing some meatballs on the side. I haven't talked myself out of doing that completely yet, but I did pick up some good cheese. Uh, I've got some whole milk mozzarella, but then I've also got some Asiago. And uh, I did try to not make this one as cheesy as I typically do, though. I've been known to go overboard on the cheese, so I've been trying to dial it back a little bit. I didn't add all the extra cheese that I typically do. Just keeping it simple. I tend to overdo things, so but this particular lasagna has got zucchini, yellow squash, red onion, and mushrooms. Of course, the ricotta. Although we've got some, I forgot. I wish I'd have remembered. We've got a bunch of basil. I meant to go out and grab some fresh basil to add to it, but I forgot to do it because I was going to do a layer with the basil and the mushrooms, and I forgot. Guess I still could add some to the top. But yeah, I was going to go out there and it slipped my mind completely. Oh, that is just hotter than hell, man. It's hot, baby. It's hot. Oh, mercy. Anybody watching, you got any questions or comments, let me know. I can send you a link if you want to get on, but I'm just relaxing, so it's not really a thing. I did a recap video which I posted, but I thought I'd cover some of that too while we're talking live. I got out to Diamond Bear, so you come through as heading south from Springfield down into Little Rock. You go through North Little Rock first. So we did stop at Diamond Bear, mostly out of nostalgia because I was there back in 2014 when we were in that neck of the woods. And they had barbecue there that they didn't have when I was there before. Old Bart Barbecue. It was pretty good. It wasn't outstanding, but it was good. Um, they gave you a lot of food. I mean, wife and I split the rib platter, which they said comes with 4 bones, and there was a good at least half a slab, if not more than that. I think there were like 8 bones on that sucker. I mean, it was a lot of meat. Uh, was it crazy about their coleslaw? Because they do more of a vinegar kind of coleslaw. A lot of folks like that, especially down south. But the potato salad was outstanding. And the beer. So again, a lot of reminiscing going on. I had I had their uh, 2-term double IPA. So it's a 9.9% double IPA. And it is very much a throwback. I don't think that beer's changed since 2014. But as you know, double IPAs have changed since 2014. They're not as malty as they once were. But this one is big, man. And I just loved it. Fortunately, I wanted to buy a 6-pack of it, but they didn't have any to go. And I was kind of bummed. But what I was going to tell you is that when I got the bill, my wife had they do their own root beer. So my wife had a root beer, a gourmet root beer, or craft root beer, it's $3.50. Not too bad. But my beer came in a standard shaker pint, $5. $5. Can you believe that? $5 for a 9.9 double IPA. I couldn't believe it. But I drank it just fine. It was nice. So went from there to Rocktown Distillery, where an old friend found me, John the Beer Snob. I hadn't seen him since 2014, although we've kept in contact through social media. We have a lot of uh, similar interests, let's just say, other than beer. A lot of similar life philosophies, uh, uh, politics. So it was nice talking with him again. So we had a cocktail there at Rocktown, and then my wife went to do some shopping on her own for just a little bit, and then John and I went to Moody Brews, where I ran into Josiah Moody, the owner out there, who I hadn't seen since 2018 when he had a brief stint at Bike Rack Brewing, and I was an account manager for Saddlebach. Sales rep, but my card said account manager. It was a nice title, but I was basically a sales rep. Account manager. That was important, Tom. Saddlebach Brewing. Uh, so I hadn't seen him since 2018. So it was nice to run into him. He was busy. We didn't get a chance to do a lot of talking, but I got to tell you, the beers there at Moody Brews are some of the best on the planet. I kid you not. He had some really interesting stuff. But again, it's small batch stuff that's not in cans. So I'm going to keep, I mean, it's only 4 hours away. So even though it's been over a decade since I've been to Little Rock, we just kept doing other things and wasn't thinking of reasons to be there. But man, I am going to find reasons to be there. The beer there is insane. They had a watermelon ginger double IPA. Now, anybody that knows me knows I'm not a fan of adjuncts, but that double IPA was insane. And then they had one Kachiri named after his wife, Sauv Blanc, that uses Sauv Blanc grape juice at 9.5%. I mean, that is one of the best beers I've ever had. Even at 9.5, it still felt like a summer beer. It's crisp, it's clean. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Forgot I had that timer on. I had to go shut it off. Anyway, bear with me. I had to shut that timer off, man. Like I said, I had that lasagna in the oven, so I needed to turn that timer off there, turn the oven off. I'm just going to let it sit there, though, while I finish this video up. I did make myself sort of an old fashioned of sorts. So I made some, I brought it out here, but I left it in the kitchen. I made some simple syrup yesterday using some turbinado sugar, so it's very dark. So I've got about 1 ounce of that in there. And then I used the Rocktown Chocolate Malt Arkansas Straight Bourbon. This one's at 92 proof. This one uses 82% corn. I've noticed that's kind of a thing for them. Most of their products like that 82% Arkansas corn, but it uses 9% crisp chocolate malt and 9% malted barley. And this whiskey is, I gotta tell you, it is really special. And it really lends itself well to this particular application. Those chocolate malt notes are awesome, but combined with that other 9% of that malted barley really gives you some nice body. Gives you something to hang on to, which again lends itself well to a cocktail like this. So my Rocktown glass here. Ugh. Oh, mercy. Gosh, that's nice. So the second day, the other places I was able to cover there in Little Rock is I wanted to hit the Flying Saucer, so I went down to the River Market District, and I hit the Flying Saucer because I was there again. A little bit of reminiscing. I was there back in 2014. So I just had one beer there, but I had one from Bubba Brews. I wasn't going to get to that brewery, so I was like, well, since I have the beer, I was going to have it. It was very good too. Then I went from there to Southern Tail Brewing, which again, it was very hot. It was about 98 degrees that day, so a smart man would have been drinking summer beers, but but I wasn't, man. I look at the menus. Oh my gosh! Anytime there's two styles, if you've got it on the menu, I'm going to order it every time. The first one I have is the Baltic Porter, 8.4%. I love a Baltic Porter. You don't see it often, so if I see a Baltic Porter on the menu, I'm going to order it. And this one was done amazingly well. It was just spectacular. Well, I dribbled there. You see that? And then the second beer I had was called Flying Leap, was their barley wine. Again, at 9.5%. Neither style screams summer, but if you've got those on your menu, I'm going to order them. And rarely does a brewery have both a barley wine and a Baltic Porter. So that's what I had. But since I was having two big beers in the middle, I did order, they happened to have a Chicago dog on the menu. I was told the owner's from Chicago. So I had a hot dog and I had a Chicago dog. Again, that's another thing. If you've got a Chicago dog on your menu, I'm going to order it. I do love a Chicago dog. And I don't feel like anybody does a Chicago dog well here in Springfield. Over the years, there's been some places, but And I don't want to mention the name, but there is a hot dog food truck or cart around here, but their Chicago dog did not impress me at all. You got to have that Vienna beef dog. I mean, you just do. There are some other all beef dogs, but to do a true Chicago, you got to have that Vienna beef dog. Now, I will be honest too. If you're asking me what my favorite hot dog is, or type or style or blend, I do prefer a pork and beef dog overall. But that's the caveat: is if you're having a Chicago style dog, it's gotta be you got to use that Vienna beef dog. Nothing else works. There's some other good beef dogs out there, but no, they don't compare to the Vienna beef. Oh. So anyway, I digress. We went to Southern Tail, and then he was supposed to take me back towards where I was staying. No, well, no, actually, I forgot a spot. We went Stone Stroke Brewing first. Yeah, I wanted to hit Stone Stroke because again, that's another one that I hit back in 2014. So I wanted to visit them, and that brewery hadn't changed a lick, man. It was like it was frozen in. Oh, it was crazy. Uh, but then, okay, then he was supposed to take me back to where I was staying. But then I got hijacked. We ended up at the Capitol Hotel. He wanted to give me some history. So that's when things kind of went awry, but it worked out. I ended up having a cocktail there. I had their Manhattan, and it was nice. So, anyways, but we hit a lot of great places. I just, my wife and I both, we just get tired of eating out, right? It's okay for a couple 3 days, but you go, oh God, I really want to go home and cook something. We did have a place where we could do some cooking, but we didn't. But we did always have some snacks we could get to easily. Actually, the first night we were there, it was so hot. There's a place just less than a half mile from where we were staying called Rock and Roll Sushi, and that was really good. It was we kind of had a happy hour. We had half price appetizers, so we split some wontons, I believe, and then I ordered. I had the rock lobster roll, which was really good, and I can't remember what she had now, but it was nice. It was a nice hot weather dinner, right? All right, got that cocktail down. Let me finish these up. Oh, go in, check on my lasagna. Got to put the finishing cheese on, take the lids off, check them, then put the cheese back, let them go back in. It's not the day I really necessarily want to be using the oven, but I really need to get these products used. And that was the plan when I bought them, was to make a nice veggie lasagna because my wife really likes a veggie lasagna. Like I said, it's veggie, but it's not vegetarian. I did use a chicken stock. Got to add some flavor in there somewhere. Now the zucchini and the yellow squash look really good, so I really wanted to use that. And I added some baby bella mushrooms and some red onions in there for some flavor. Like I said, I meant to grab some of our basil out there to add to it, but then I forgot to do that. Uh, anyway, I digress. So I may do another live video or two today, like I said, because this is kind of my last hurrah. Um, my last drinking day on my vacation since I gotta, go to back to work Monday. I won't drink tomorrow. But I really didn't want to get out today either. You know what I mean? I got out yesterday. So today I just wanted to kind of relax. Just, I wanted to get that lasagna made. I wanted to crank some tunes. We watched an old movie earlier. Watched The War Wagon. Sometimes you just need an old western. Oh, mercy. But yeah, so since that's about done, we're gonna be good the rest of the day for food. I can take it easy, so I'll probably come back on in a couple hours. Might do two or three today. Like I said, because it's kind of my last hurrah, that last bit of relaxation. I was talking with my friend about that yesterday. About vacation. You go on vacation to relax, but you don't really relax because you've got so many things you want to get done. You're constantly on the move. You're not relaxing. I tried to do kind of a combination vacation slash staycation this time. Gone for a few days, but I built in a few days to where I could just be at home, which was kind of nice for me anyway. My wife not so much. I think she's ready for me to go back to work. Tired of me pestering her constantly. She needs some downtime. She needs that relaxed time alone without me pestering her all the time. Anyway, I digress. I am John the Whiskey Whisperer, Whiskey Evangelist, prolific whiskey drinker, purveyor of wisdom, and come the beer whisperer, beer evangelist, prolific beer drinker, purveyor of wisdom, all around good guy. Hey, sláinte guys. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. I will probably be back after a while.